What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday, and we're back with another episode. This week, we're getting into perception versus reality. How much do you really know a person you work with?
How much do you really know about people you really know?
What do you think people do when they leave you in their alone time?
Some weird shit.
It's really weird to think about, but we're getting into it right now here on Textually Active. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Textually Active.
Textually Active.
This is your weekly dose of conversations about navigating the digital age while dealing with friendships, relationships, and all the ships in between. I'm Rez, and I got Meezy with me.
Another day, more gang shit.
More gang.
I was trying to think on that on the fly. My bad.
EA on the boards.
You know what it is. You know your boy's here.
Still
All
hyper
right,
less.
I want you to go
Very
to that
hype.
register, go to that corner store. I want you to take that money out of that drawer. It's yours now.
Don't do that, y'all.
Please don't. We don't. There's nothing. That was the last time he was influential, and that was 10 years ago.
Y'all don't want to be in jail right
It's
now.
10 years ago.
No.
It's a decade. He lied. You niggas worshipped him.
Now he's getting...
He lied.
You niggas worshipped.
Yeah, that's worship him.
That's right. So, EA's hype. Meezy, how you feeling?
I'm here, baby. It's another day, another week. You know, trying to get through the days.
That's right. I'm here too. The sun. It seemed like the sun going down earlier. I don't like that.
I live in a world of depression.
I've been battling. I feel like seasonal depression is real. After my birthday, I feel like it goes downhill.
I'm always depressed.
That's not funny. I did not mean to laugh. I'm so sorry. I hope you find peace and everything that you're going through. That is terrible.
Always depressed.
All right. Well, we're here. I think this week we're talking about perception versus reality. And I will say, you don't give off the perception that you are depressed.
Always depressed.
Nice way to recover.
In reality, though, you identify as somebody who is living in a state of depression,
Always.
which isn't, it's, I imagine it's tough. But this topic was actually your idea.
Right.
And I want to know a little bit more about how you came around to it. Like, what was your thought around it? What do you think about perception? Like, how are we gonna turn this into an episode? I need more.
So generally, I be worried about like people and things, you know. So I be like very inquisitive about the kind of people that they are. So I always wonder, like, I see you as this person, like, cause you know people from whatever environment you know them from. You know them from work, your gym, wherever you go do your hobbies at. You know, you see the people, you know them. A lot of times they give you good vibes. Sometimes it's people that you don't fucking hate, but whatever. But I always wonder what you're like outside of those environments, because I always I want to know more about people that I know, like I spend my time with, and I be wondering, like, what are you into? Like,
It's so interesting to hear you say that.
Why?
Because I just don't take you for somebody who cares about what people are doing outside of what you know them for.
But I think it's because the person you get while you there is the person you get while you there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like at work, you have this code that you put on. You can't do certain stuff at work. Some people can't cuss at work. Some people can't come into work black as shit. Like, I can't talk about the shit that I'm into at work.
Right.
I have to do it based on like the shit that we do at work. Like, I wanted to go into work last week so bad and talk about Drake's rollout because we do marketing and I wanted to talk about it, but it has not, like, they probably don't give a damn.
Yeah, but I think you could get kudos if you, because that's what everybody else does. Like, Drake did that rollout, amazing. And then every company
Just takes it and
every company, including us, stole it.
We sure did.
Like, nigga, Maury had 4 baby, like 12.
Maury copied off
like,
us.
Maury. Everybody did. So I feel like at work, you could probably get those same kind of cool boys because everybody doing that shit.
But I just said a lot of people do put up a different persona. I don't want. It's like a boundary, a wall that you put up when you are in a work setting where you don't really typically get to fully know
Be you.
what.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like last week I was at work and it was like I'm the old guy at work.
The old guy at work.
Ain't that some nut shit?
Yeah.
I'm the old guy at work. Wow. And so like
That's crazy.
Like
we must be senior citizens then.
About to air that out.
The fucking old guy at work. But like they like younger than me, and so like when I be like they ask me questions and I be like, oh yeah, I was doing like why you so tired? Last night I was up working on a merch for a brand I'm trying to start. I was working on TA stuff, and they were like, what? Oh, you do a podcast? And I'm like, yeah. And they were like, oh, you don't seem like somebody like you do a podcast? Like really? And I'm like, yeah, it's like 3 years old now. Like I do that, and so then I end up having to show them, and then they look at me in a different light. And it's like last week I showed this girl's my Instagram, like exchange Instagram. She's like, you on Instagram? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you be posting? I'm like, yeah, like.
But that's a valid question. Do you be posting? Because I'm not about to follow your page and you don't do nothing.
So I'm like, yeah. And so like we exchanged, and she looked and she was like, oh, you not nothing like I thought you was. I'm like, what that mean? I was like you like quiet and you don't really about nothing, but you like active. I'm like, yeah. Like I'm like, what am I like? She's like, oh, you be dressing too. Like I'm a person, like, so I be wondering like what people are like outside of the environments. Like I wanted, like, I know E, me and E been friends for like 4 or 5 years, like, but do I really know E? Like, do I like I met family, I know parts of his childhood, I know things about him, but the like. When I'm not around, I don't know what it is he does.
So see, those are two different things because you know E outside of this. You know what he's like outside of this.
I don't know the person.
You want to know the intimate details. Like I want to know the person. But you do know him as a person. You just want to know like what does he do when he's not outside. It's almost like when
because he wasn't a person that's not online like that.
You know how newborns
like he a looker.
You know how newborns get fascinated with
I'm a looker.
Peekaboo. They like peekaboo, and they don't realize that the person is doing stuff
it's
outside of you. Yes. Want to know what the person is doing when they're not there.
Like he, like is very like this professional guy, but he like only online to like look at shit, see what's going on, keep his ear to the streets. And then in that,
that's a lie.
It's barely.
I keep my ear to the
streets. Your ear be halfway off the cement. You be getting third party information.
You might be Stoop Kid. Stoop Kid don't come out Stoop.
It's more lately. I've been working
trying to indulge. Yeah,
and so I be trying to like I be want to know like I saw y'all go to the movies the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, he is like like he loves those Marvel movies, but I be forget I forget I always wonder like what people like.
I mean, it was a whole Panera Bread going on, so it was just like I've been focused.
What does that mean?
The pandemic.
Bro, I've been outside so much. I don't fucking know. I don't even think about the pandemic no more.
We gotta be careful.
Even like with that, like I don't even like. What did you spend your pandemic? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's interesting that you say that because I feel like at work and in those settings I have the same ideas too, and I do want to know what people do outside of what I see. But the only way to do that is to befriend them because you're never gonna see what they're doing. Like me, I post a good amount of times, but there are times where I'm doing stuff outside. Y'all don't see every single thing that I'm doing.
Outside of close friends and family, right? I don't want to know. I'm good.
Damn. You don't care about people.
I mean, I do, but I mean, that's your business.
But I just, because I like to see, I be really wanting to know because I feel like those are the times that make people. And as I've been saying for like 3 weeks, I hate false narratives. Like I don't want to like build up.
Meezy thinks that I'm boring as shit.
No, I don't.
And he thinks that I literally am just in the house doing nothing.
No, what my honest what I honestly think about you is that you spend a lot of time like trying to perfect the shit that you do. So, but for what you do, most people would call a hobby. So I'd be like, what the fuck do he do for a hobby? Like, what's his thing? Like, yeah, you might play video games online, but you also run a media company who was trying to get into the Twitch and they stream. So that's like a thing that's still like work related. Right. You like videos, but you edit videos for a living. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do shit.
There's no separation.
I don't know what the separation is.
So it'd be different if I was still working in finance.
Yeah, and you came home and like, nah, nigga, I spend my nights playing video games, going crazy, talking to these kids nuts when I be kicking their ass. But then in the morning I go to work and file papers.
That's fair. There's no real separation.
And so I'd be like confused about like Rez. Like I know Rez go into the office and do like marketing, but like yes, I know she got flowers, but then I was like, if Rez is at home by herself, what is Rez putting on TV?
Documentaries about crime, drugs, murder,
and then
porn.
And then she starts making those things. I just want.
What?
Then you start making them.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still at that age when I'm at home.
But it's still funny because you threw porn in it.
Yeah. The thing is, I was gonna say that if you threw porn in there or not,
and you start making them, Jesus.
I mean, we're not gonna talk about what
y'all make porn.
No,
I thought we was about to get into it. If that's a hobby for y'all, that's interesting.
I'm saying we're not gonna talk about how much Snowfall that show had on her a hold on her life when she was taking different ways.
Well,
home
we always call Rez the shooter
because she thought, Rez has always been the shooter.
And I think that leads into like conversations about perspective, like what you think about people. Like you give off shooter vibes, but that might be because you be at home watching crime docs.
Just be watching them.
Like you be like, you know what? If niggas do test me, this I could.
I know what the criminals is doing.
Like, yeah. So I be thinking like, I think that's why I be so intrigued by it.
Rez be watching those like instruction manuals.
How to get away with crime and shit like that.
Yeah. That's how you know what people are up to, what they have going on. But if you had to guess, what do you think he would do in his free time?
In given
the context. Yeah. Well, before we get into that, let's break it into categories. I feel like we always skim over this topic, but there are categories of black. Like, and everybody fits into a bucket of black.
Oh.
For culture purposes. We have black people who like to do harass shit. We have black people who like to do intellectual shit. We have black people who like to do artistic stuff. We have black people who like to geek out. And are there any other things?
Yeah, but as black people, because black people are already segregated from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
We end up being in all of those.
Yeah, we're not a monolith.
So you feel like we touch each one of them?
We touch all that shit.
We could flip? Okay. So no categories.
We do all that shit. I nerd out about music.
Wrestling.
I nerd out about wrestling. I'm fucking always down to pull up for a fish sandwich and loud music.
You like nigga shit?
I love nigga shit. Like, I think we touch... I like if I listen to podcasts about shit and learn shit and deep dive into shit. Like, that nigga Drake said that for that personality bar, jealousy bar, I had to go deep dive and figure out all the stages of jealousy. Like, it's shit like we all fit into all these categories. Mm-hmm. And so it'd be like weird to see, like I'd be wanting to know what categories do you indulge in the most? Because we all got all of them. And I don't know, what I think he does. Like, in his free
because I know.
You know, just a funny thing.
But I also think what you think, he might not believe is true. And you be there.
I know what he does in his free time.
What?
He gets a snack. He sits on the couch and watch TV. He falls asleep, wakes up, gets something to drink. Mostly an alcoholic beverage. And then he'll continue to watch it until he gets too tired. And I honestly believe when I'm not there, he falls asleep on the couch. Because nobody's there to wake him up.
How accurate was that?
All right, so in the grand scheme, it's pretty accurate. Like
right.
In the more
like
recent,
the concept,
in the more recent months.
Yeah,
right?
the general thing.
But I mean, that's mainly because of just the reality of what my life is like, on the regular, right? On my 9 to 5, I'm using air quotes, guys, but on my 9 to 5, like that's just when I have downtime, I just don't want to be doing shit because I'm always doing shit.
Right.
And that's just kind of where it's at. But before, I used to love going paintballing and stuff like that, but that was when I had the security of a 9 to 5.
Right.
So now I'm just trying to do video stuff all the time.
Right.
Right. And I'm trying to like get paid to travel for it.
Right.
Yeah. What do you see me doing in my spare time?
Oh, man, I don't know. That's like I feel like it's like
It depends on the day.
yeah, like I feel like it's like I'm not trying to do nothing really, but because I like to be active, I'm doing something for like whatever reason. Like I know you be into plants, and so like plants and shit, crime dogs, maybe a little fitness thing here. Like those are the things I see, but I'm like, I have no idea if that's what she be like she in the house doing.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking care of my plants, talking to them, watching something on TV, straightening up. I think the thing about me is that I have a hard time sitting down and relax because it's no kind of like in between. It's relax on my phone or relax and go to sleep.
Right.
So I'm either doing something to improve the house or sitting down on my phone and getting ready to go to bed. It's no in between. It's really not a lot of fun of the alone time. Outside of like if I wanted to do like something artistic, like paint, do a painting, do something fancy with some wine, taste wine, try something new.
Just real 30-old plus.
Yeah, it's very boring. Yeah.
No.
What do we see Meezy doing like in his spare time?
On the internet?
Yeah.
No, like on the internet. Like in the beginning, Meezy used to spend a lot of time on Twitter.
Let me preface this. It's 3 a.m. What's Meezy doing?
Oh, causing a ruckus.
See?
I just see Meezy just being up, like thinking about things,
why was this on your brain?
and creating scenarios, but then like trying to execute them, looking up stuff. I see Meezy going down rabbit holes
Yes.
in his spare time.
But that's because I got ADD.
Yeah,
I have ADHD. It's self-diagnosed, but everything that goes along with that, I feel like may be true. Like,
yeah,
and so I spend a lot of my time trying not to think.
okay.
I spend a lot of my
So
time
trying to keep your mind busy.
No, I spend a lot of time trying to turn my brain off.
Okay.
Because my days are filled with constant thoughts all the fucking time.
Yikes.
Like constant thoughts. And if it's creative ideas or whatever it is, like I have to get them out that moment, or it either becomes something I don't care about no more, or I just forget it.
Yeah.
Forget what it was. Like if it's like if I can't get it out or it's taking me a while and I get a little frustrated with it, I just be like, fuck it. But I have to get it out then because if I don't, I'm gonna forget it. And so I spent a lot of time trying not to, but then the elements of the situation, like all the elements that go along with it, fuck up, the piece that I'm trying to create here.
Yeah.
Like you gotta remember, like my mind is still trained for third shift. And also, like I learned this week, Jazz told me that an element of ADD is that people like me like to think from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And so that's like my prime. Oh, we doing new merch for TA real soon. Let me get these ideas out. Boom, boom, boom. Let me draw them, do all this shit, send it out. Like, boom. And so that's the prime time I do that. So I look up, it's fucking 4:30, and I'm like, oh shit, I've been up for a long time. And so then I be like, but then the elements be like, well, you can't turn the music on in the house because Jazz in here sleep. you gotta get this done before 7 because you gotta go to work at noon. Like, you need to take a nap. Like, ain't nobody up to bounce this idea off of. So either you gonna go with it or you gonna have to wait. And if you don't like it as much after you wait, you probably ain't gonna bounce the idea off of them. So I spent a lot of time just like trying to be at peace no matter what it is. That shit rough. It's tough.
That's a lot of thoughts to go through.
That should be tough.
And because in that moment, I feel like you're probably excited about whatever you've came up with, and there's nobody to talk to.
And
about
nobody to explain it to.
I could start trying to stay up until
you don't have to do
I get up at 6.
You get up early,
we could talk about 5:45. We could talk about it.
But then I be feeling weird. Like the other day, I hit E for something.
My logo.
The transparency. Right. And I was thinking like, I didn't contemplate like it's 7 o'clock. He up. I was just thinking like it's hella early. Like it's hella early. I need this now, and it's hella early. Let me just do it and deal with the consequence later. Like,
yeah.
And then
listen. My I mean, as long as basically after 10 and before 6, that's my no time. That's your cutoff time. That's my leave me the hell alone time.
After 10 p.m.
What is your cutoff? Unless it's an emergency, because that don't count.
Yeah, emergency.
What is your cutoff?
Between 9 and 6 a.m.
So after 9 is dead.
After 9, I really don't want to talk unless we started on the phone at 8:45. Then you might get the rollover, but after 9, shit. Listen,
I was here. Rollover. I've been here. That's funny as shit. It was free after that, right. But.
Because it started before 9.
After 9, I ain't got no rap. But between 6 and 9, I'll chat you up.
Like I've been like, I was watching Curb, and they was like debating like what's like they were saying 10:30 is the one. Like 10:30. Anything that happened off 10:30 better be an emergency.
And don't start the text message with my name. I don't like that. Because now I want to know what you want.
It's triggering.
Because it's after hours and you want something.
It's triggering.
But I think I feel like I'm pretty transparent about.
That's what I thought. Until you came in here and gave me this this whole repertoire about me being a good old boy. I kind of took offensive.
Right,
you were offended by it.
I think this could be a good clip. So can you go through that again? And if this is factor cap about me?
Yeah. So my theory is that there are black rednecks. And I don't even know how we got here, but Meezy was asking what he's perceived to be and what my perception of him is. So I'm not from the South I come here by way of Delaware, and things are a little different there. So my idea around the South was that everybody was just country as hell. So there are different levels of country. Like there's Southern Belle, there's like redneck, there's like country. It's just levels. I don't know. But I didn't really have it in a definition about what it meant to be like black and country. It was just like y'all experience it. Y'all say y'all. You all have things differently. So when I was breaking it down, I was like, I just see you as like somebody who's like a good old boy, like. And this is a term that I've heard down here. I could be using it wrong.
It's kind of racist.
It is racist. It has a bad
connotation to it.
Because we let the white people get it. The same way we let the white people get cowboys, and they think that only cowboys are white. But that's not a thing. Like some things just translate through races. And you guys relate on different things. So when you think of rednecks, it's terrible. You think of overalls, you think of beer, you think of like laid back, outdoorsy, like just wanting to do that shit, like sit outside. Maybe you might be sitting by a lake. You love a boat. You like to drink a good beer. You love your sports and football, and you could get a good quiet time from somebody in that category by getting a beer in front of them and turning on a sports game and giving them something good to eat. And I think. By definition, Meezy checks a lot of those boxes.
But you said your dad, who ain't from the South, do too.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So before I moved down here, I didn't know that there was a term for it because I was like, damn, my dad country as shit. But he actually identifies, I think he would be a black redneck as well. And I'm here to tell you all that they do exist.
Breadneck even.
A breakneck.
A breadneck. Yeah.
Breadneck?
A breadneck is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't want it to like.
You co-signed it too.
Yeah.
You told me if
I mean, you're the first person I've ever met who earth.
Takes off his shoes and walks outside with bare feet.
That's because I don't like shoes. I don't like socks.
I think that's a Southern thing.
I mean, he ain't gonna get that up north.
Well,
No.
In New York like that.
There's nowhere that
it's
you
not
want to walk with no shoes.
I mean, it's not enough grass.
There's not enough grass in general. Yeah, like there's nothing. But I don't know. Like those are all great qualities.
I think it's the term that you're holding on to.
I don't think it's the term. I think but I think there's like more to that.
We even took it a step further and we said that we could see you in a pickup truck.
Which is
and have a charcoal grill on standby.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Like,
You have a chair in your trunk.
Yeah, because I'm lazy.
You used to drink PBRs.
Because they cheat.
Yeah.
These are all black qualities.
I don't know.
I'm cheap and I'm lazy. That's not like black people. But
you also do very black shit too.
And then I do I'm very tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like online doing shit. I watch a bunch of music doc and interviews that makes me artsy. Like I'm drawing and all this other. I'm a lot of these things. And I like, why don't nobody ever glamorize those parts of the people that we talk about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure.
It takes it a step deeper to figure out the skills that you have. You have to have a deeper conversation and you have to be more involved in your life to know that you have those skills.
I feel like I feel like people be putting that shit on display, but they don't ever get credit for it. Like, you can see, like, I'm yelling, look at the shit that I've done. Like, really loud to people to see it. Like, this is what I'm doing. But then it's the narrative of, like, it's the loud drunk nigga. Like, oh no, I also work hard too. This is the play side, but getting niggas selling music and doing a podcast, like all of this other shit that's the work part. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I still get up and go to my 9 to 5. Like, and then I be like, I just be wondering, like, how do we put these, like, put narratives on people? Because we don't even know them as people. We don't ever know nobody as people.
Yeah.
Be labeling like Kanye like crazy or some shit, but it's just like, no, maybe not.
Maybe he's making sense to somebody.
Yeah.
But that's just how I look at it. And it may not be everything that you are.
Right.
And it may just be me getting hung up on the Southern part. Because everybody from the South isn't a redneck, but some people are. And it's okay.
It's all right.
I wonder what the definition of redneck is.
You think redneck is a word, not a colloquial word, like colloquialism?
A colloquialism?
Whoa.
A working class white person. Shit.
See what I do with people? Like, listen. Like,
oh my God.
Like,
no, wait.
Listen.
Wait.
I try to, like.
Especially a politically reactionary one from a rural area.
Don't give a fuck anything about the politics.
Redneck is a derogatory term.
See what I'm giving?
But not exclusively applied to white Americans perceived to be crass or unsophisticated. Redneck was a bad term. I'm sorry. That was terrible. That wasn't the way to describe it.
See how we be painting these narratives? We
That's
don't know shit about people.
terrible. Yeah, redneck is. You're not a redneck.
Yeah, I've been saying hashtag defund Tourette's for a long time.
Oh no, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. That is. You are not a white man. Mm-mm. By far.
There's a lot of other things in that.
So what would be the way to describe it?
See what I'm saying?
Why don't we have a black term?
Because black people just.
Do we
black.
say country bumpkin? Like that sounds.
First, you got a lot of aggression.
Yeah.
Country bumpkin.
It's a little Southern hate in you, and you love everything about the South.
I don't have
is
Southern
Which be
hate.
crazy.
No, I'm not hating on the South.
All the shit that you just said I enjoy doing, for the most part, you do too.
Are you trying to call me a redneck?
y'all got a balcony on your house. Mm-hmm. You love sitting outside, having an alcoholic beverage on your balcony.
To people watch.
In a folding chair.
In a folding
and we have grass out on our balcony.
And you don't be wearing shoes out there.
I'll be earthing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of the shit that I do. You do the same thing.
I don't like sports.
All right, but when you take
people watch it as a sport.
when you take out, I love it. I love a good people watch.
People watching is good when you get a right spot,
especially if you can hear it
at the bar.
If you can hear it, oh my god,
gosh, when you're trying to let them know that you hear the argument, but you trying to act like you don't.
But like you take away the elements because we ain't the same person, but you can feel the elements in my love for Drake, maybe your love for Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Your my sports watching is your crime docs. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not watching crime docs, but you ain't watching sports neither.
Yeah. So
I feel like we all be the same, and we just be like trying to separate ourselves. Like it's the same shit. You love to hear ignorant music loud, just like I do.
Yeah, I do.
Like all the shit that I enjoy.
I like listening to new rap songs too sometimes to get you going.
Right.
But I think sometimes we put these perspectives on people, and we are disappointed when we realize that they're not who we categorize them to be. And some people like to play the game where they like that you think that they're somebody else, and then they pop out and surprise you like, bang, I'm not that bitch.
Sometimes I try to do that.
Wrong bitch.
I mean, is that where the whole concept of like this person cleans up nice comes from? Like,
I think so.
Because I feel like I get that way too often. Yeah. Like when I step out, I step out. But I'll be doing that, yo.
But also, and since we got here, you brought this on. I think some of this measiness done rubbed off on you. You wear a lot more t-shirts than you used to. These fleece shorts.
You talking about me?
Yes. You wasn't really wearing it when I met you. You was a jeans all the time kind of guy. You wearing a lot of sweats lately. All I'm saying is my comfort being who I am might have rubbed off.
You probably can't see under my desk music, but there's some flops under my desk.
All I'm saying is like the elements just be like.
Listen, we ain't married yet. Like her thoughts are of her own and not of EA and the Open Media Agency.
What are you talking about?
But she also agreed you've been wearing a little bit like more sweats lately, a little bit more t-shirts too.
Yeah, we had to take you out them jeans. You just have to be like, come on now.
Like, you can take off the 85 jeans. Degrees.
We
you got on the best
are in the house. Take the jeans off.
I mean, I'm wearing jeans right now.
No, but it's okay. We're talking about before.
Yeah, but you would have had on a fucking polo to go with that jeans. Now you out here making your own merch, looking nice, really nice. They'll get one of those soon, because I'm about to. But like,
oh god, yeah. The funny thing is, it's so wild. I mean, sorry to kind of like sidetrack here, but people see the shirts that I wear, and I basically get them because I wanted them to be like a uniform,
right?
But like, I never had intent to sell them, but people keep asking me for them.
See what I'm saying?
And it's like I don't get it.
See what I'm saying? Like, but you see, I think that's where the elements of knowing, unless we have this conversation, we probably don't talk about this. But if those are the elements, it's like, no, you gotta understand. Like, I don't wear t-shirts because, like, I enjoy wearing t-shirts. I wear t-shirts because those improve my self-esteem. Like, when motherfuckers be like, nah, that shirt hard. Like, that's hard. Like, no, like.
It's comfortable, too.
It's comfortable, obviously. But it also goes into, like, no, somebody thinks I have great taste. Mm-hmm. Let me continue to be who I am doing what I do.
Right.
Because people enjoy what I do because they think I got great taste.
Yeah.
The truth, dog.
Always. I don't have no. Who else could I live?
I think that's the thing. You don't have it. You are with yourself. You can't escape yourself.
And I never get to turn it off.
You have to like yourself. You definitely can't turn off the voices in your
I
head.
hate myself, but I can't never turn it off.
I mean, that's not good. What? It's you have to do the kind of work in the background to make sure that whatever voice is talking to you nice.
That nigga evil.
What Dream Doll say? Talk to me nice. You have to make sure you're talking to yourself nice.
You really a North nigga. To be listening.
What?
To
I'm not rolling. I mean,
you don't talk to yourself nice?
I mean, I don't necessarily talk bad to myself, but I'm always pushing myself. If that makes sense.
That's different. You still need to be gentle with yourself.
No, because I hold myself up to a very high standard.
Yeah, but you
And
can be
always,
gentle.
It always bites me in the ass because it rubs off and I project on other people.
You can do it gently.
It's just because I've kind of learned how to I've been around people that I've learned that I need to do that for.
What?
I need to
push people.
No, I need to speak. I need to wear some oven mitts. Okay, because sometimes it comes out a little hot.
Oh, you got to be fragile with people.
Little kitty gloves action.
Are you talking about me?
That's why I'm laughing, because you said, what, push people? I was like, oh, this is going this is going somewhere else. Sometimes, bro, it's hot, bro. Like, what's that DMX album? It's hot. It's dark and hell is hot.
Dark and hell is hot,
bro. Right here, hell is hot, bro.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like,
I don't get a chance to say exactly what's on my mind every single time, but I just hold myself to a high regard.
Yeah,
and I don't think technically that is talking to yourself nice, because that means that I don't give myself grace.
Yeah, sometimes you need a little grace.
Yeah.
It's interesting to hear how people view you versus how you feel like you're doing with everything else. Right. And it's interesting to see what you put out to people, because if you were to look at yourself from the outside in, how do you think you are perceived?
Shit. The loud, crass, opinionated, selfish, think you know everything.
Yo, stop talking about me. Yeah.
But that's how I would get. Like, that be the energy I get. And, like, you don't ever, like, get to explain yourself to somebody, because once a nigga's got think of what they think about you,
that's it.
It's hard to fix it.
It's interesting. It put things into perspective when you realize that it's some people out there who don't like you.
It's people out there that don't fuck with you at all.
Right.
So it took me a minute to get here, but I'm glad I'm here. I have a section of my course that I have, right? And basically we teach the rule of 12. And basically the rule of 12 is when people basically they make a decision about you when you're 12 feet away, 12 inches away, and the first 12 words that come out your mouth. And I feel like that's really talks a lot about the perception that people have of you and how they might decide to move around you in that situation.
So how do you think people view you guys in the work you do, like in your workspaces? Because that's a completely different space.
So let me just jump into the personal side first.
Yeah, personal side, and then we'll jump into the work side.
So for me, I think that I get perceived to be unapproachable on the personal side, right? A little bit. And the thing is, like, I think people try to avoid talking to me, and they try to, essentially they go to you, or they go anyone who has something to deal with me directly. They go to someone who's adjacent, and then that person approaches me. Yeah. Happens all the time. Yeah. From the professional side, it's a uphill battle because I have to. There are 3 battles I'm kind of going through. Right. It's the idea that since I deal with media and stuff like that, a lot of the older folks that are making decisions, spending all this money, they think that since their niece, nephew, son, or whatever like that is on social media, they don't look at it as a tool. They look at it as like a fad still, and I have to kind of break that, right? And then as a black business owner, people think that they kind of like project these microaggressions of your little business, and they're trying to hit you with not necessarily asking. People are trying to get crafty now. They're not asking for discounts anymore. They are trying to make it seem like, hey, I can get you more. I can get you more for the long play or more exposure, right, than just like paying you what you're worth upfront.
Interesting. What about you for work?
I think a lot of the shit that is taking, it's took for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shit that I do.
Yeah.
Like people see it and they heard Stephen Furtick say, you know when you good at something when people stop telling you. So I feel like I've reached the part where everything I was doing, fire. Playlist, oh, this nigga got the one. Oh, that's fire. Oh, he going crazy. Selling shit, like, oh, this nigga, oh, we do that video, all of this, like the podcast, oh, he's that guy. Now, since it's consistent, all the time type shit is just like, okay, oh, yeah, we see it. We know that's what you do. Alrighty. Until they need something. Till it's somebody's birthday. Any other time, like it's somebody's birthday, oh, I'm easy. Let me do a playlist. Do a playlist for my birthday. Then I'm like, I'm really not in that place no more. Like I don't even do this for myself no more. So for me doing that to you, for you, either comes at a price or I really care. Like I'm not in that space no more.
Not just making playlists.
Yeah, I'm just not doing that no more. Like, and because I've noticed any other time you have people for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people that you talk about this kind of stuff with. You got your own cameraman. You got the people in your circle that you bounce ideas off of. But why now all of a sudden, what do I bring value to you from? Like, do I give off unapproachable vibes? That's what I be thinking. Like, I'm always around. I'm always down to help. That's all I ever do for people. People come to me all the time, what you think, and I give great advice. I tell you what I know. If I don't know, I tell you I don't know, and then go look it up and still send you the information. Yeah. And then I'd be like, does that, like, am I not a friend or something? It'd just be weird. Like, shit be weird.
It's weird, especially in the workspaces. I feel like people don't take me seriously. I feel like a lot of people don't think that my feelings are valid because I spend so much time being goofy and I don't take myself too serious. People have a hard time like cutting the play off and like knowing when I'm serious. And I think people just think that I'm goofy. I think that people think that I'm silly and they think that there's not much substance to me. Yeah. That's how I think people perceive me. And in workspaces, I feel like that transitions there too, because people are like, well, she don't know what she's talking about. It's not serious. And it's just like kind of belittling in workspaces too.
And I think, like I seen it, like people like depend on you and just think you gonna do it even when you don't be wanting to do shit. Right. Like I just think they be like, oh no, we just get Rez to do it. Rez to do it. She care enough, she'll do it. And then I like seen it like you be like, I'm not here for this today. Right. I don't want to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like initially I'm very helpful. I'm very open to doing new things. But when it feels like I'm being taken advantage of, that's when there's a shift. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm not going to keep doing this over and over and over again without, in friendships, if I turn around and I need something from you, it's not reciprocated. Or in friendships, it's time for me to talk about whatever I got going on and you not listening after I done gave all of this. And I think it's kind of hard because I do come off like the fun girl, but a lot of the times I want to sit down. Ooh. And it's like people just always, it's like you have to live up to that when you get invited to spaces. It's like, all right, you have to have fun. You have to turn up the party. You have to do all this. And it's like, maybe I just wanted to come and sit down.
I don't want to.
And it's just like that perception versus the reality of me. I have a great time laughing at shit because a lot of shit be sad. It's a lot of stuff I could cry about.
It took me a long time to get to that point to understand that that's not my calling. Like, even in our circle, it took me a while to realize, like, no, I actually don't want to DJ. Right. Yes, I can come in the party This one night, I got on the aux. We had a really good time. We did it again the next day. I did it. We had a good time. But no, I don't want to DJ.
It's a lot of pressure having the aux.
It's a lot.
You can't enjoy the party too much when you got the aux.
And my ADD won't allow me to organize crates and shit. A lot. There's a lot.
I'm trying to play the songs I like.
And
I'm glad if y'all like it too.
And I don't even know what the room like.
No, you don't.
Like, I don't know what the room like. I don't know what the room know. Like, I'm playing some new shit y'all ain't never heard before. It sound good, but y'all don't know. And I'm learning that, like, people only like to listen to shit that they know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, so then it took me a while to, like, sit back because I was thinking, like, no, I could be good at that. But then I had to realize, like, that's not my thing. Like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that's coming up with ideas and creating ideas. Yeah. I could be a great, manager of some things. Like, I could delegate well, but I like to I like to be in the background because I spend all the time. We co-host a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm in the front of some shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to do that no more.
Yeah.
Like, I want people to understand, like, no, he is loud and he's brass and you probably hear him before you ever see him. But also, he is quiet and he likes to spend a lot of his time in the dark by himself.
I think the main thing around this is just understanding that people have layers and you're just seeing whatever layer they feel like putting out that day. But we can't expect people to be the same people every time they come around. Are you raising? It look like you raising your hand.
Stretching.
But do we care enough to break those perspectives that we feel like people put on us?
Do we care enough? Yes. Do we get a chance to? No. Because it's like what you were saying earlier, like, you got motherfuckers around you that know you for what you was doing in high school.
Yeah.
You're not even that person. It's been a decade.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time since you've been that person, but they just only remember you as that person. And it's like, no, fam, the wild nigga that used to show up at places drunk don't live here no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not me no more. I just quit putting this narrative on me. Like, I don't live there no more. I'm a whole different person now.
I feel like those people who do that don't really know or care to know about you that much. Anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily do it for other people. I just know how I want to be perceived. Right. And I think that's a big difference than trying to look a certain way for people. So, that's why I'm always asking for consistent feedback because I am a child and I need validation.
Ooh.
But yeah, I just think ultimately, I just think ultimately, like, yeah, you have to, know how you want to be perceived and, try to maneuver in that space.
And also, I'd be confused because I don't be outside. I be outside enough, but I don't be in the places that people be in the places. So like, you made this off this one time you saw me one place one time.
I mean, I just don't feel like, I feel like outside is such a, like, I feel like you can't even say that anymore.
True.
Like, it's just like, it is so different now.
True.
Like, and it's going to take a while before, we've been kind of stuck for like a good portion of almost 2 years.
Oh, wow. We've been in the house for a while.
So it's like, so my thing, think about it, right? When you go to school, right? When you were younger, you would go to school from say August to June or May, right? And the thing is, think about it. You learned all these different things, all stuff like that. But when you go on vacation, you go into the next year, you forget about it, right? So you get atrophy, right? And the thing is, I think that's what people are not realizing, especially when it comes to like how you saw me before, and then now you see me now,
right?
And people change in different scenarios too. I'm not going to be the turn up friend at church. I'm not going to be the turn up friend at yoga. Like, I'm going to mellow out. Like, there are different scenarios, but if people constantly see you in the same setting, that's the viewpoint that they get for it. But as far as like working with people and being coworkers, like, it's just hard. It's because you can't bring down that wall until you know for sure and for certain in certain work scenarios. Because a lot of the times, especially in corporate, like, people are just trying to advance themselves. Yeah, so the moment they see a moment to step on your back to boost themselves up, they're definitely going to take it. So it's hard, depending on the industry that you're in.
I don't be trying to fuck with my coworkers like that.
I don't be trying to fuck with them too much either.
But I do enjoy seeing what they like though.
The hard part though is that I work in a job where everybody is like, they have this family thing. I don't like that.
Not there yet.
I know I don't like that, and I don't want to get there with y'all because y'all get too comfortable, and the business that I share becomes everybody's business. I don't like that.
I like it. I see
You like family at work?
No, I like what you saying only because I like to leave this place here.
Yeah. I don't want you to call me on Saturday and ask me what I'm doing and try to hang out because I my mind relates you to work.
Yeah.
And then when we're out, I have to do work to remember that I can't be free the way I want to be free
I've only had
on my off time.
I've only had a few situations where like co-workers became outside friends. And that's only because when we was at work, we was on the same type of time. Like we was in there doing nigga shit at work.
Yeah.
And I understand you understand what I understand. So we out here.
Yeah.
So, but like for the most part, like I don't want to, like I want to leave you where you at. Like no, you
Work is tricky.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where you are working, what the industry is, how comfortable you could be. Because working at a restaurant, you meet some good friends, and I don't feel like that industry is like that where you can't hang out with people outside of work. But when you get into corporate America, you gotta be all right, unless they on the same shit that you on. So that's valid.
You meet people that's on the same type of time. It's always fun.
It takes you a minute when y'all catch that unintentional laugh about something.
It takes something black to happen.
Yeah. And you know, all right, we here.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and take a break and come back with our final thoughts. All right, so we're back. And keeping with the trend of perception versus reality, I want you all to think of somebody that you know, not really, but somebody that you have a concept of what their life is like and what you think it would be like to meet them in person. It could be anybody. You have this idea in your head of who this person is, what they'll be like. What do you think it would be like to meet them in person?
I feel like you asking me, would I take to dinner with Jay-Z?
and I am answering that question for myself. I would, and I feel like he would. I feel like it would be dry.
Dry?
Because not because he's not interested. I just don't think it would be. I don't think he'd be interested in what I have to say.
Okay.
Well, he might. You might have a conversation.
I mean, you from the Bronx. He's from Brooklyn. Y'all have this beef.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
You do enjoy lean back a little bit too much.
Yeah. Terror Squad.
Terror Squad is a staple in my community.
Yeah.
To answer your question, yes, I'm taking the money.
Okay.
I'm taking the money.
But you not having dinner with Jay-Z?
Not if there's another option. Like if there's if there's another option, like if it's like probably not. Like
you be dead serious. Not if there's another option.
Like because don't get me wrong, I know this is what we encountered on what we got here. We here.
Listen, I want you to say what you want to say, and I'm going to tell you why.
We
I think
here.
you say no.
If there's another option that is beneficial.
Like money.
Like if they say, would you rather have the $1 million or go to dinner with Jay-Z? I'm absolutely gonna take the $1 million. I'm absolutely gonna take the $1 million. That Jay-Z shit can wait. I don't know him now. I ain't met him yet. The $1 million I ain't never seen, but I can have that right now and have that. Like as much as I've always loved to pick his brain and ask him questions, and I one day soon wish to have a Rockefeller check. It's always been a dream of mine. Always been a dream of mine. But I would take the money because we could probably eventually get there. If I use this money correctly, we can get back to that. That option's coming back. But if I meet Jay-Z today, that $1 million might not come back tomorrow.
Do you think that if because he never really talk about it from the other side, right, of this whole scenario. So as Jay-Z, right, is saying, hey, I'm going to agree to this, right? They can take the $1 million so they can meet with me. Right. If he found out that Meezy, a random person he doesn't know, decided to take the $1 million instead of speaking to him, do you think that like fucks with him a bit?
Yeah, bro.
It could be anybody. Like, imagine if you're like, someone can choose between $1 million and meeting with you.
Yeah.
And you just sitting there waiting, and then you never show up.
They have to have a camera.
Yeah. And
See how many people actually come.
then I think he tap in a little bit more to see why, why he didn't meet with me. Like even what's it call it? We ain't got that 2 Chainz version yet. But we have still seen 2 Chainz at the Rock Nation brunches. Like
he has been on now.
He has been. He's still been there.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I felt like the baby wasn't on the main mix of.
Oh yeah,
of
if you really want to get into it,
because there's no way he was gonna get a feature
never
on or being on a song with Hov before 2 Chainz,
and especially at this point in Hov's career where. It seems like we've seen him more frequently, but it's been very sporadic. Fuck no. So I think if I was to say no, he would tap in a little bit and see why I took the $1 million, what I did with the $1 million. Because they say that nigga always online looking at shit. He know everything.
Who? Jay-Z?
Yeah, he always know shit what's going on. Like, he a nigga.
He like me.
Yeah, like he's...
I'm always on. I see that shit.
You don't.
I be seeing that
You
shit.
don't be seeing shit.
I be seeing that shit.
I be coming in here and asking you, did you see that shit? And you be like, I
because that gonna be happening between 12 and 4.
Still.
And that's peak time.
Still. But Rez.
Yeah.
All right. You get your choice. You get to meet Beyonce or you take the money. She might have a little Ivy pack for you, but you don't know unless you take the million. That Ivy Park pack might be there, but you gotta take the million.
I didn't know you were gonna say Beyonce. This whole time I've been sitting here thinking about meeting Cardi B.
I thought you was gonna say Rihanna.
No. I've been thinking about meeting Cardi B. I thought we were gonna say Cardi B just for perspective versus reality.
I just used Beyonce only because the Jay-Z would have been the counterpart. That's what I thought.
They gave a bitch 2 options: stripping or lose. You said dance, right?
That's a good question. Though.
I said dance, not fuck. What?
I think she would be regular.
I think she would be so
fun to be around.
Calm. Like you probably meet her. She be chilling in some fly shit because Cardi B always fly when you see her
when she not pregnant.
She's still fly when she's pregnant, but she just be chilling, and then it would just be a normal conversation. She'd be like, "Yeah, what's up, girl? How you doing, girl?" And it just
the money or the convo.
Definitely the money. you gotta talk to niggas about where they at right now and what they could use.
Part of this conversation is why are we not talking to niggas where we at?
Right now, it would be more beneficial to me in my mind to get the money to do what I want to do with that and then have the conversation later.
Right.
Because it's not especially when you put the musical artist behind it, neither one of it, well, I don't want to go into music. You maybe, but it's really no correlation.
It's me talking. What do we got to talk about?
Right.
It's me on in there to ask you a bunch of questions.
Dinner be awkward in between the waitress. Let's be honest.
Fan.
Dinner be awkward in between the waitress.
Here.
Is somebody else coming? Can we bring dates?
Just a fan here talking to a celebrity.
You would be upset, and I'm looking at Rez. You'd be upset if I was like, yeah, nah, you can't come.
Would you want to go on his meeting to meet Hov?
Yeah. I would. Why not?
Yeah, and if I said, nah, you can't come, you'd be upset.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you'd probably stop liking Hov after that.
No, I'd stop liking Eric after that. All right, yo. Speaking of music, let's get into the jams.
Oh my God, you are now tuned in.
You are now tuned in.
Hey, I ain't even gonna hold you today. I'm months late. I've known this record forever. I just ain't never played it because again, narratives, perspectives. I structured this whole segment around Baby making music, and I just been trying to find a way to get out of it. I don't want to be stuck in that box anymore. And so a lot of the songs that I enjoy, I was late to the party on the show because I couldn't play them because I thought I had to do this one thing. But now that we do WMEZ Song of the Week.
Yeah, you could mix it up.
This freedom is here. And I've been loving what the girls are doing. The girls are talking that talk. So this week, We got a bunch of these girls from Memphis on this Hitkidd record. We got Gloss Up, Aleza. It's just a bunch of girls, and they sound amazing. This is called Set the Tone here on WMEZ.
Woo.
Textually active.
That's right. All right. So we said a lot this episode, especially around perspectives and how you view people. Eric had a good note about the rule of 12 feet, 12 inches, 12 words that come out your mouth. Don't let the first 12 words that come out your mouth be, "You're so pretty, we should be friends." What is my beauty going to do for a friendship?
I don't know. That's a girl thing.
That's so weird.
I ain't never told no nigga that.
Stop saying that to girls. It sounds surface level. Like, me being pretty doesn't mean that I'm a good friend. It's stupid. Unless if you want to fuck, say you want to fuck, but don't say you want to be my friend because I'm pretty.
Say you married, dog.
Well,
but it's a girl to girl thing.
Yeah,
I don't think guys start that off. Them niggas be like, "Yo, can I bag it?" And you be like, "No, I got a boyfriend." Then they use the "you can't have no friends." Like, niggas don't ever start off with "I want to be friends." So that's a girl to girl thing. You pretty, we should be friends.
And then after you say that, I'll say, "Well, we can't do that because I'm married." Yeah,
I don't. The girl ain't gonna care. Hey, it's a lot of stereotypes that we place on guys and girls got too.
Yeah,
them girls don't be giving up. If them girls want you, they don't be giving a fuck.
The irony that with every episode we get some sirens coming.
We do.
They love it.
And it normally is because of a certain time of day, but
they love it.
All right. I'm gonna go next. I found this on found a new account I like on Twitter that I followed her. Her name is at Janae Brown. And she said, "I will not accept the bare minimum from myself or others. I deserve the best consistently." And I just feel like we just gotta look at stuff like that. Just changing it up, turn it up on people.
that's right. Maybe what you got?
I don't have a meme this week because I just been laughing.
It's been over 100.
I just been laughing.
150 weeks. 170 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
The reason I don't have one is because I just been spending my time like noticing that niggas do the bare minimum and get a lot of credit for doing the bare minimum. So I've been spending my days trying to figure out how to do the bare minimum because motherfuckers is getting their bread for it.
Okay.
Niggas is just putting anything on a t-shirt. They putting pictures they don't even own on t-shirts and getting bread for it. So my message today is do it. Do anything. Fuck it. Get a bag. Just do it. Somebody will care. And I'm here for it. Here for it.
Get your money.
Right.
It's so much money out here. The world is so big. How you broke? That's what they be saying.
If you sexual in closet, you might as well record it and put it on OnlyFans. Somebody out here want to look.
That's right.
Like, do all of this. Do everything.
Somebody like it.
Somebody like it.
Anyway, thank you all for listening to another episode of Textually Active. We drop new episodes every Tuesday. Fall is coming. Make sure you have a good podcast to listen to, especially if we go back. I don't know if we will. Under lockdown for the fall coming. Summer was real bad.
Don't give a fuck. Like, you do realize that's some shit. If you wanted to do it urgently, you probably would. Do
you realize that the cases are worse this year than they were when we shut down in March?
And yet we shut down a lot earlier than August.
The vaccines ain't working, bro.
And we shut down
the way they said they was.
Nigga, we didn't get the winter till nigga. I'm not going outside in winter. Hey, also, we ain't touch on this last week, but shout out to everybody, Louisiana, all of these folks that are rebuilding their lives. I know a lot of these states was
Pennsylvania
was underwater,
Delaware,
under
New
fire,
York.
Tornado, hurricane. Was it Hurricane Ida? Like, shout out to y'all. If y'all, we pray and we hope everything is regaining comfortability for y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah,
like it's crazy out here.
It is,
and we love you guys.
We don't take it for granted.
Yeah, we don't. Like, seeing that shit. Like, I watched somebody's whole apartment just get flooded with water. I don't know how I could react.
I would be going nuts. Water is damaging.
And also, I would like to give shout outs to the power company city because with all that water, all the power's still on. That's
crazy.
nuts. That's a good company.
Nah, Con Ed is reliable like that.
Because I had to
Con
sit in the
Ed
dark.
don't mess around.
I sat in the dark for 4 hours one day, and all I had to do was talk to Jazz.
And we're gonna be out.
Well, we'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Textually Active podcast. This podcast is a full-service production from the Open Media Lab. Be sure to check in every Textual Tuesday along with following them on all social media at Textually Active Pod. Textually Active is a part of the Open Media Network.